miss you helping me out with money. The only thing that I'm gonna miss is you.
Very sad. Matt LeBlanc pens heartbreaking tribute to Matthew Perry. You're finally free. I will always smile when I think of you, and I'll never forget you. Never, LeBlanc shared in his tribute to Perry, who died on October 28th. Matt LeBlanc is honoring his on-screen roommate and real-life friend Matthew Perry after the actor's sudden death at age 54 on October 28th. The actor starred as best friends Joey Tribbiani and Chandler Bing on Friends, and 2 weeks later LeBlanc has shared an emotional yet touching tribute on Instagram featuring photos of the pair on the NBC sitcom set. Matthew. It is with a heavy heart I say goodbye. The times we had together are honestly among the favorite times of my life, wrote LeBlanc, 56. It was an honor to share the stage with you and to call you my friend. I will always smile when I think of you, and I'll never forget you. Never, he continued. Spread your wings and fly, brother, you're finally free. Much love. In concluding the post, LeBlanc joked, and I guess you're keeping the $20 you owe me. LeBlanc and Perry were long regarded as one of television's most beloved best friend duos, and when the cast reunited in 2021 to film HBO Max's Friends, the reunion special, and to chat to people for an exclusive look at the reunion, they were their usual silly selves. Reflecting on where they'd imagined their characters to be in 2021, nearly 2 decades after the hit sitcom came to a close, LeBlanc told people Joey likely would have opened a chain of sandwich shops, to which Perry added that his on-screen bestie would have subsequently eaten all the sandwiches. LeBlanc then added to his answer that it would be a dinosaur-themed sandwich shop, building off his castmate's joke. Bronto Burger. As for his own character's fate, Perry said he believed Chandler would be a wonderful father and a wonderful comedy writer. Later, they joked again as Perry called the chemistry between the cast magic, and LeBlanc deadpanned, I would say awkward. It's awkwardly magic, Perry added. During their conversation with People, LeBlanc also reflected on how it felt to all be in the same room again. It's funny, when we do get together, it's like no time has passed, he said. We pick up right where we left off. He expanded on how connected he felt to Perry and the rest of the cast, Jennifer Aniston, Lisa Kudrow, Courtney Cox, and David Schwimmer, as he said of their enduring bond, I think everybody sort of has a relationship like that in their life. You know that when you have a conversation with that person, it's really heartfelt, it's honest, it's open. You know that there's no ulterior motive. They're significant relationships. LeBlanc also showed his support for Perry by attending his former castmate's playwriting debut, The End of Longing, which premiered in the West End in London in 2016. He shared a post-show photo of Perry with the caption, he and the cast were great. Way to go, bro. Days after Perry's death at his home in Los Angeles, Perry's Friends co-stars broke their silence. We are all so utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates. We are family, read the joint statement to People. There is so much to say, but right now we're going to take a moment to grieve and process this unfathomable loss. In time we will say more, as and when we are able. For now, our thoughts and our love are with Matty's family, his friends, and everyone who loved him around the world, they concluded. LeBlanc, Aniston, Cox, Kudrow, and Schwimmer later attended Perry's Los Angeles funeral service occurring 1 week after his death. Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Matt LeBlanc, and more friends cast break silence on Matthew Perry's death. All of Matthew Perry's former Friends co-stars released individual statements honoring him one after the other. It's been over 2 weeks since Matthew Perry's untimely death, and his Friends co-stars have finally released individual statements mourning the loss of their close friends and colleagues. Courtney Cox and Matt LeBlanc initially led the tributes by releasing their own statements via social media. LeBlanc shared a series of stills from Friends featuring his and Matthew's characters. Perry popularized the character Chandler Bing on the hit sitcom for 10 seasons. LeBlanc's post featured a lengthy caption dedicated to his former co-star. Matthew. It is with a heavy heart I say goodbye, he wrote in the post, which was shared with his 10 million Instagram followers. The times we had together are honestly among the favorite times of my life. He continued, "It was an honor to share the stage with you and to call you my friend. I will always smile when I think of you and I'll never forget you. Never." Courtney Cox shared her own post soon after, officially breaking her silence on Perry's death. Her post included a clip from one of her favorite Friends scenes in the season 4 finale, when David Schwimmer's character captures her on-screen persona in bed with Chandler Bing. "I am so grateful for every moment I had with you, Maddie, and I miss you every day," Courtney captioned her post. To give a little backstory, Chandler and Monica were supposed to have a one-night fling in London. But because of the audience's reaction, it became the beginning of their love story, she continued. "In this scene, before we started rolling, he whispered a funny line for me to say. He often did things like that. He was funny and he was kind." The following day, the three other main stars of Friends also released individual statements honoring Perry. Jennifer Aniston made a post with footage from the Friends series finale, when the actors said goodbye to their iconic characters. "Oh boy, this one has cut deep," she wrote. "Having to say goodbye to our Maddie has been an insane wave of emotions that I've never experienced before. We all experience loss at some point in our lives." Jen continued, "Loss of life or loss of love. Being able to really sit in this grief allows you to feel the moments of joy and gratitude for having loved someone that deep." David Schwimmer, known as Ross Geller on the show, similarly made a post featuring an image of his and Perry's characters. "Maddie, thank you for 10 incredible years of laughter and creativity," he wrote in his post. "I will never forget your impeccable comic timing and delivery. You could take a straight line of dialogue and bend it to your will, resulting in something so entirely original and unexpectedly funny it still astonishes. And you had heart, which you were generous with and shared with us so we could create a family out of 6 strangers." Finally, Lisa Kudrow also made a sweet post on her Instagram, which referenced Matthew's substance abuse. "Shot the pilot, Friends Like Us, got picked up then immediately, we were at the NBC upfronts. Then you suggested we play poker and made it so much fun while we initially bonded. Thank you for that," she wrote. Lisa continued, "Thank you for showing up at work when you weren't well and then being completely brilliant. Thank you for the best 10 years a person gets to have. Thank you for trusting me." The official cause of Matthew's death remains under investigation. In his message, Schwimmer wrote, "I will never forget your impeccable comic timing and delivery. You could take a straight line of dialogue and bend it to your will, resulting in something so entirely original and unexpectedly funny it still astonishes. And you had heart, which you were generous with and shared with us so we could create a family out of 6 strangers." And Kudrow posted a photo of herself and Perry, thanking him for the best 10 years a person gets to have. The comments by Schwimmer, Aniston, and Kudrow come a day after fellow co-stars Courtney Cox and Matt LeBlanc also paid tribute to Perry. Cox, who played his on-screen wife Monica, said she was so grateful for every moment they worked together. LeBlanc, who starred as flatmate Joey, shared pictures of him on set with Perry and wrote on Instagram, "The times we had together are honestly among the favorite times of my life." The cast of Friends had previously issued a joint statement saying they were utterly devastated by the loss of their fellow star. Perry's funeral took place earlier this month with his co-stars reportedly in attendance. Authorities are still investigating the cause of his death. His post-mortem examination was inconclusive, while officials await the results of toxicology tests. After his death, a new foundation was set up in his name to continue his commitment to helping others struggling with the disease of addiction following his public battles with alcohol and drugs.